Before we start the video, I'd like to shout out Logo.com for sponsoring this video. They have an awesome site where you can buy a bunch of in-game currency and items, including all your favorite Rocket League items. Also, make sure you use code DOLBOBS to get an easy 6% off your orders. Check out the site, there's a link in the description. But for now, enjoy the video.
Yo, what's going on guys, DOLBOBS here and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel, and today we're going to be looking at 5 Fortnite features that might come to Rocket League soon. Now, this video is not like me giving ideas that I think should be in the game. It's honestly just a bit of fun, and we're going to be looking at features that might be added, especially with Epic Games joining Psyonix. Now, yes, I do know that Epic Games don't only do Fortnite, but it's what they're most known for, and I think this would definitely be a good video just to have a look at maybe what things could work and what probably will never work. So today we're going to be looking at 5 things from Fortnite that may actually be in Rocket League. Eventually, one day, we don't know. But first of all, we're going to be looking at PopUp Cups. These are basically tournaments in Fortnite. Now, I know in Rocket League we have our tournaments where you can, it's basically a private match, but with a bunch of you guys that you can sort of work your way up to winning in that final. Now, you don't actually get any rewards really for it, but it's a nice thing to do. Well, in the recent fall roadmap of 2019, Psyonix did put out a message saying they're going to be upgrading tournaments to making them automated, they said. Now, this, I did not know what it meant at first. I thought maybe it was just something that they run where, you know, it's a tournament that people can join and just test how good you guys are. But then I was thinking, surely there's so many players that a tournament to work your way down to a winner wouldn't really work. Now, somebody did comment, and I really do appreciate the idea, and it's definitely a really good idea, and it makes sense. But basically in Fortnite, you have these things called PopUp Cups. Now, basically, they're just little tournaments that pop up, hence the name. These tournaments where you play games within, like, 8 hours of the, like, cup being open. You play games, you can play up to, like, 30 games, I believe, and then you'll get points, depending on, like, if you win, how many kills you get. So it could be whether you win and how many goals you score, and you get points for it. And then once you like, get a certain amount of points, I believe you get a pin, which I fully don't understand. I don't know why you want a pin in Fortnite, but it's basically a tournament that everyone can take part in. Now, I believe that this may be coming to Rocket League soon during autumn of 2019, and I think that would be a really cool thing to take part in. Obviously, just a fun little tournament, nothing where it's like super serious, it's not like competitive, but it is something that everyone can take part in just by jumping into some games. Now, I definitely think that would be a really good idea. You know, it's kind of like a new game mode. It's nothing like new, but it's sort of something you have to work towards, and I think it would be kind of awesome, you know. But anyway, that's the first thing that I think that could be a Fortnite feature in Rocket League. I suppose it's not really just a Fortnite feature, but it relates mostly to that. Now, next up, we're going to be looking at an item shop. Now, yes, I already know that Rocket League do have their esports shop, which is pretty much based off Fortnite, how it updates every, like, 2 days or every 1 day. Some items are varied. But basically, the Fortnite item shop does work kind of different to the esports shop. Well, first of all, they're not esports items, but also the currency for a Fortnite like shop, the item shop, is V-Bucks. Now, V-Bucks can be earned from doing like challenges in their battle pass, whereas on Rocket League you can only get esports tokens by buying them with real money. You can't get them from any other means. Now, what if in the future Rocket Pass challenges actually rewarded, instead of rewarding Rocket Pass tiers, some challenges, specific challenges, rewarded esports tokens, which allowed you to gather up a bunch of esports tokens from buying the Rocket Pass. You get some esports tokens, you still get your keys back from doing like leveling up the Rocket Pass, but certain challenges give you these esports tokens, and you can go and buy your favorite team's wheels, decals, etc. But there's also still the way that you could buy esports tokens. So I think that would be a really good idea. Like, you have, it's basically how they do the V-Bucks on Fortnite, but I think that would be really nice, because obviously esports tokens you can only get by buying them, and I know a lot of people would like to maybe complete some challenges to get like maybe one little decal or a banner. You know, not too many points should be awarded, but like some, so that people who don't want to like spend all like real money can, you know, go for it. So I think that would be a really cool idea, and I think that would definitely actually work. So just advancing the esports shop currency system, I think, would be a really, really nice thing to do. Now, next up is one that definitely is out there. It's definitely something that could be done, but I don't think they're working on anything like this at the moment. But creative mode. Now, this does not mean we get a big map on Rocket League where we just fly around and spawn in items and blow people up. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm actually talking about is a Rocket League creative mode where you can build your own maps. Build your own maps with the resources that they use on Rocket League at the moment. So let's say you're given a blank stadium, a blank canvas. You can choose like the underwater, you can choose like the time of day and stuff, you can choose the landscape as like a base structure to work on. And then you get given 3D models such as like trees, buildings, etc. Or maybe certain building blocks so you can make your own cool stuff. And build your own maps that then you can put on like the Steam Workshop, or maybe, you know how you have custom training packs? Maybe you could have custom map packs where people can go on them, play games with them, you know, as like a private match sort of thing. And I think that would be really, really fun. Now, obviously, at the moment, we do have people making their own maps. But however, this is like a super complex way of doing it. If you guys have seen Lethamir's maps, they're incredible. I'll like show some on screen now. You have a bunch of maps that he's made, and they are really good. But obviously, they take so much effort and work. There's like coding behind it, all sorts of computer stuff that not many people actually know how to do, and it's not as accessible for many people. However, this creative mode idea would definitely be hard to do for Psyonix and Epic Games, but I think it would be a really, really nice community-driven sort of project where people build their own maps, and it would definitely be fun to play some community maps. I would love that. Or even if Psyonix, you know, just brought out some new maps, because it's been a while. I want a new map. I think it would be fun. But yeah, I think the creative mode, sort of like map creation, would definitely be a good idea. Now, this next one you guys are gonna hate on, I can already tell, but it's emotes in Rocket League. Now, that sounds really bad at first, but let me explain. So, first of all, looking at Fortnite, you know you have emotes, they're everywhere. You've got all the kids doing the Fortnite dances. It's a bit cringy, but you know what they are. Well, we've already seen a Rocket League car flossing, which is a gif that no one can forget if you see it. I'll put it on screen, but basically, I'm not talking about these sort of emotes. I'm talking about celebrations in Rocket League. I think these would be kind of cool. Obviously, at the moment, if you score a goal, you get blasted away. You do a cool flip. You do, like, I don't know, a wave dash, or you land on the ceiling and do a cool little stall or anything, or you just drive around for, like, the few seconds you have after the goal. Well, imagine celebrations in Rocket League. Whether this is, like, a wheel that you can bring up at the end and select, like, a certain emote. Not like emote, you know, like, maybe something that pops up, or something that, like, I don't know, makes your car sparkle, or, like, do a 360 really quick, or something like that. I don't know. But I think that would be a really cool idea. Or maybe even just an item in your inventory that you select. Just like you select which goal explosion you want, you can also select a celebration. So after you score, it will, like, do something cool. Now, that would be kind of hard to integrate, because obviously the cars will be in different positions in every different match. Like, it's not going to be, like, the easiest thing to code and create in an actual game. But I definitely think it would be a cool idea. And also, it kind of links to the new thing they added, a new stat that they added in Rocket League called High Five and Low Five. Now, what this is basically after you score a goal, if you collide with your teammate, a little thing flashes up on screen saying High Five, which shows, like, you've bumped into your teammate and it's like a celebration. And I think that could kind of show that maybe they're working towards this sort of idea. But I definitely don't think it's a much needed quality in Rocket League, but I definitely think it would be kind of cool to have. Now, finally, we're going to be talking about limited time modes. Now, we have seen a very, very short number of these, 3 of these actually, in the current Radical Summer event. Now, these have been really fun, and there's been lots of positive feedback to Psyonix and Epic Games for these. Now, you all know the Radical Summer brought the Spike Rush game mode. It brought that Ghost Hunt game mode, and it also has the Beach Blast, the Beach Ball game mode, I think it is, yeah. So there are some really good limited time game modes. Now, I think that Rocket League could definitely do more of these, and they have sort of said that they're going to in the Haunted Hallows event coming up. They're definitely going to try and make more limited time modes, which I think will be really fun. Now, more of these would definitely be fun, but obviously too many would sort of ruin the fun of it. But on Fortnite, you basically have the same sort of thing. You have limited time game modes, which obviously you can't really do as much in Rocket League, because Rocket League's a much more limited idea compared to Fortnite, which is like a massive battle royale. You can sort of change anything you want with that game, whereas Rocket League, you can't change much, because it still has to be a fair, like, balanced sort of football match with cars, if you get what I mean. But basically, in Fortnite, you have, let's say it's the Halloween event. In Fortnite, the maps actually change as well. You also get game modes, but you also get the maps changed, so there's, like, cobwebs around, there's pumpkins around and things like that. But I think that could definitely be a cool change in Rocket League, and it's definitely something they could easily do. For example, this is one of my favorite ideas that I just randomly thought of when thinking of this video. But imagine in the stands on the stadiums in the Rocket League maps, how you have those egg people, those famous egg people that are always watching. We don't really know the whole story behind them, but they're just eggs watching the game. Well, imagine at Halloween, during the Halloween limited time modes and like the actual event, those eggs were actually replaced by like jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins that sat in the stalls and watched you creepily while you played. Now that would be just a simple change that they could do, and I think it would look really cool. It would spice up the whole idea of Halloween, and it would be a really cool limited time map change, and I definitely think they should do that in Rocket League, which obviously isn't an idea from Fortnite, but it's definitely something you see in Fortnite, and that's why I included it in this video. So anyway guys, that wraps up this video. It was longer than I thought, but I like explaining some cool ideas, and I do go off on a tangent because, when you're thinking of ideas in a game, there's a lot of things that can be added, which may not be possible, which may not be good changes, but definitely something fun to talk about. And hopefully you guys don't take this video too seriously. Hopefully you have some cool ideas that could maybe be added to Rocket League. Let me know down below what features you think should be added to Rocket League, or could be, or would just be dumb, but definitely fun to mess around with. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.